So you're just dying to make a gaming thumbnail. Hey guys, welcome back to TutsByKai. I'm Kai, and today we're back in GIMP once again. I love GIMP. I love making these GIMP videos. I gotta tell you guys. So I have 4 files here, which is, of course, this background, and we're doing a Borderlands 3 thing because, you know, Borderlands 3 just came out recently. I have a background, and I have a character, and I have 2 different logos. Now, usually you only want one logo, but the reason I'll explain in a second. So, and what I would normally do is I'd go ahead and I'd select the anchor tool here, and I would just go around and just crop this guy out. And you can just really easily go through here, but I'm not going to do all that for this video. And once you go all the way around, what you do, by the way, so let's pretend I did all of his body and I cut them all out. What you do is you go ahead and hold down Control and then hit Enter. And then now you have that piece. Then you would go ahead and go to select invert, sorry, and then delete. But now you see the background has no alpha transparency. So to fix that, we'll hit Control Z, undo that. Layer, transparent, add alpha channel. Now, when you hit that, now to be transparent. So you can go ahead and select none, and then move off of that. Now you have, this is supposed to be a whole body, but let's just pretend. So instead of doing that, to save time, I'm just going to take a character that's already on a transparent background. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and scale this guy up here, Psycho, and we're just going to go to the scale tool here and just hold down Control and scale up, just like that, but not too much. I want to do something like that maybe. And then I'll go to use the move tool, and I'll just move him down a little bit. Now he's kind of crooked. I kind of want him to be not crooked, so I'll go to the rotate tool, just rotate him just a little bit, just so he's less crooked. His arms, anyway. Looks good. All right, so I like it. I'll move him down a little bit more. Now, the video that I want to do today is comparing Borderlands 3 to Borderlands 2. So I'm going to go ahead and take both of our logos. I'm going to put Borderlands 2 over here, so hit Scale. Just scale it down, hold down Control, Scale, and move this up here. And then I'm going to go ahead and grab the Borderlands 3 logo, which looks slightly better. You know, I like the Borderlands 2 logo because this down here looks kind of weird. Like, this looks shiny when this up here doesn't really look shiny that much. I mean, it's kind of off. It's so off topic, but I think this looks great. Anyway, they both look good. We're going to go ahead and scale that down. Now, I'm going to try and get this the same scale, the same size as Borderlands 2 logo. So I'm going to hit this little cursor in the middle to move it over, and then hold down Control and scale it to approximately the same size. They're not the exact same perspective. They changed it a little bit, but that's fine. So we'll do something like that. Now, Borderlands 2, Borderlands 3, we have there, which is nice. I don't usually recommend rotating logos because people know it in the direction that they know it in. So I wouldn't really do that if I were you, but I just leave it. It's fine the way that it is. So, all right, I got the other picture back. Now, so I'm not going to use this for the character, but I will use this as the background though. So because the orientation, the camera is in a little different of an angle, I'll go ahead and zoom this in, so scale it up, hold down Control, scale, and instead of just using it like this, it's very difficult to see what's going on, like, what is that even? So we're just going to scale it up a little bit more, actually, and we're going to rotate it a little bit. Rotate it just a little bit, rotate, and then what I'm going to do to get a little bit more visibility is find a nice place that I like, which up here looks pretty bright and nice. Then I'll go ahead and go to Filter, Blur, Gaussian Blur, and then just turn that bad boy up to maybe almost 100, maybe even 100. I usually go 100. Now you can see down here we're seeing a little bit of that checker transparency since we blurred it a little bit. Now the edges are kind of showing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and right click this and go to duplicate layer. Now I have this bound to a key, which my key is E, so I'll just keep duplicating it until we can't see that anymore, which is fine. We can't see it anymore. Then we can right click and merge down, which I have bound to the W key. So I'm just going to keep doing that over and over again. Merge down, merge down. All right, so sweet. Now, we have all that set up. Now, this is still dark, though, because it doesn't look very attractive. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go to Colors, Curves, and turn the brightness up a little bit. Turn the brightness up and then turn the darks down a little bit. Now, the darks might need to go up a little bit on this, too. That was good. All right, hit OK on that. Colors, Hue Saturation, saturate it like a lot. Maybe even again, Hue Saturation, maybe half this time. Yeah, I like it. So we got a little bit of texture in there. And now, because his arms are looking kind of dark around this area, I'm going to go ahead and flip this. So use the flip tool, and we'll just hold down Control, flip it upwards, and then we'll do something like that maybe. Or you know what I'll do? Instead of doing that, I'll just scale it up. So we'll just scale it up more, get rid of that darker spot. The orange is blending in with his skin color and the logo, so I'm going to get rid of that. So we'll go to Colors, Hue Saturation, and then we'll just play around with the color until I have something that I like. Blue is usually a crowd pleaser, so I'll probably go with blue. Maybe a darker bluish like that, maybe something like that, I guess. I don't really like darkish blue, but it's fine. We have a little bit of weirdness over here, so I'm going to go ahead and fix that by going to blur, Gaussian blur, and just blurring it a little bit. Just get rid of some of that stuff that we don't need. Like that. Like it. I like it. Now, because our visibility is a little bit better now, I'm going to go ahead and brighten this Borderlands guy here. Just colorize curves. We'll just brighten him a little bit. Just get a little bit of that contrast in there. He pops out a little bit more. Now it's kind of contrasty down here, but that's fine because we're going to go ahead and saturate him, and we're going to totally wreck this character. I'm going to scale that up a little bit more, by the way. And this one as well. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to move him down a little bit more, actually, and he'll just have like that. He'll just be like that. And then we'll scale up Borderlands 2. And I'm going to rotate this. I have a good idea here. So I want more text on this thumbnail. I'm going to move this one down here and move this one up here. So I'm going to type in, this one's still kind of crooked. I'm going to type in a text up here. Drag it up in a box. I'm going to type in is, and then I'm just going to go ahead and bump that up to maybe 300. And I'm going to change that. Actually, I'm not going to change the color. I'm going to leave it the way it is. And I'm going to go to my fonts over here and just pick a font. You can also do it up here or over here, which is where most people will do it at. But I'm going to do it over here since I have that set up. I'm going to just pick any random font. Doesn't really matter what font it is. And I'll go ahead and just move it over like that. So is Borderlands 3, and then I'll go ahead and copy it, is. So right click, duplicate, and I'll just move it over here. And then I'll just type in better. And what you want to keep in mind with thumbnails is you want to tell everyone every single thing they need to know about the video before they click it, because the unfortunate truth is most people don't read titles unless they're interested in the thumbnail, and sometimes they don't even read the title even if they're interested in the thumbnail. So, and I really don't recommend doing this, but usually what you would do is you duplicate all of 3 of these word layers and then move them down beneath your background so that you'll have duplicates of them. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip that step. We're just going to merge all 3 of these down, and I'm going to go to the fuzzy select tool, select each one of these by holding down shift. Do something like that, right? Hold down shift, select them all, and then I'll go up to select grow, and I'll grow this selection by maybe 7, maybe a little bit more than 7. I always do 10. I don't know why I went with anything else. Let's just do 10, and then I'll add in a layer, put that underneath all of these text layers, and then use the fill tool with a black color, and then just fill that in with black so we see it a little bit easier. And of course, you probably know where I'm going with this already. We're going to go ahead and use the move tool, duplicate that black layer that we just made, zoom in here, and then just move it off to the left hand and to the right a little bit. Just so it looks a little bit more like the other Borderlands words that we have on the page here. So I'm actually going to change this background because I don't like it. I do like flat graphic things, so we're going to go ahead and just make a blue color like this. And hit OK on that, hit OK on that, and then fill it in the background there. And I'm going to select the new layer, put that above the blue that we just made. Hit this little black and white icon, hit the flip to make white first, and then go to the gradient tool, make sure this is on radial, and then just drag down from the top and hold down control to snap it, and then hit enter, and then change the mode from normal to overlay. Now we have a little bit of a gradient there, which I do like. I like that. And just for a little tiny bit of texture, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this character, the main character we have here, duplicate him, and then take the underneath layer, the second one, scale him up by a lot, you know, and then move him into the center of the canvas here, his chest or whatever, and then move it down right above all of the background stuff, turn the mode to overlay, and then desaturate him completely. So saturation on 0. And then we'll turn the overlay down a little bit. There we go. So we got a little bit of texture in the background there, so it's not just solid. Looks better. So I hope you boys and girls enjoyed it. I will see you in the next tutorial, but until then, bye-bye.